First up, a huge thank you to Panenka Bar and Grill for supporting the channel. You can find us there before every home game and post game, either celebrating or drowning our sorrows. It's a great premium bar and it's situated less than half a mile from beautiful downtown Bramall Lane.
Also, a huge thank you to 𝗵𝗵𝗴𝗃. They are a virtual band who create innovative musical experiences just for you. But you already knew that, didn't you? We've been talking about them for long enough. But please do go to 𝗵𝗵𝗴𝗃.com and check them out because they are awesome.
Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole. Ole, ole, ole.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sheffield United Way. My name's Nick, as you already know. And I'm buzzing because Sheffield United have just beaten Stoke City 2-0 at the 𝗣𝗿𝗵𝗴𝗶. I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of people here with me live tonight because I've been at the game this evening. It's 2 minutes past 12 as I am talking right now. For those who are watching this tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, listening to this on the podcast, you guys won't even know. But thank you so much for everybody joining me live right now. Let's just quickly get into a word from our sponsors before I get straight into this one. So here's Netmore. We're extremely excited to announce Netmore as an official sponsor of the Sheffield United Way YouTube channel and podcast. Earn £350 a year by leasing your rooftop space and help bring cutting-edge IoT connectivity to Yorkshire. Simply scan the QR code on screen, visit the website, or click the link in the description to chat with Dom and the Netmore team and see if your location is a match for their rollout. No pressure, no hassle, just one blade helping other blades make a bit of extra cash. There you go. So that's Dom from Netmore. Go and get in touch with him if any of that tickles your fancy. Now let's talk about the Blades beating Stoke City 2-0. What a great away day. It felt so surreal. It felt really weird. There were quite a few seats round me, as in people had bought them and then just not gone. I guess that's what happens when you're no longer fighting for top two. I think it's a bit weird, but yeah. Anyway, obviously it was on the box, so people could have easily just watched it at home on a Friday evening after having a long day at work. But no, me and my dad really enjoyed it. It was again a surreal match, and the reason why I say that is because it felt a bit like a pre-season friendly. Either that, or it felt like we were mid-table and we couldn't go up or couldn't go down, because it just felt like all the pressure was completely off us. And we could just play our normal game. Now, there were quite a few players in there that I wouldn't have normally expected. And obviously, that's because Chris Wilder's trying to manage minutes, trying to manage, fitness levels. Brereton Diaz, I don't think, was on the bench at all. Gus Harmer was in the stand. He was in the stand with the fans. I didn't realize he was in the stand with the fans until everybody started singing his name, and then he left. So I don't know how long he'd been there. I don't know if he'd been there the whole game. I assume so. It just feels weird that I didn't know that he was there until they started singing. Yeah, really odd. But yeah, no Gus. Anel on the bench, Peck on the bench. And we still managed to go and turn them over 2-0. I won't say quite comfortably, because we were. I think we were the better team for the majority of the game. I think we had it under control for the most part. I wouldn't say we ran away with it. It wasn't like what Leeds did against Stoke City. So yeah, but a 2-0 win away at Stoke after losing either 2 or 3 away games in a row. I think it was 3 away games in a row. Yeah, because we had Oxford, we had Plymouth, and then we had Burnley. So yeah, 3 away defeats in a row. So it was nice to see us get back to winning ways, especially as one of these playoff legs is going to be away from home. So we're going to have to go somewhere and try and get some sort of results. But yeah, let me have a little look at the lineup. Who else We obviously rested Harrison Burrows. I'm surprised that Tom Cannon did not start in this game against his old club, and obviously after scoring against Burnley as well. Tyrese Campbell started up front, and I wonder whether that was trying to get him back into, get his shooting boots back on, get him scoring goals and playing well, because Tyrese Campbell has had a little bit of an underwhelming last sort of 5 games. I think it was James Sheetham in our Patreon chat popped in there his last 10 games, and his last 5 games were quite underwhelming. And his 5 games before that, he scored like pretty much every game. So obviously, he's hit a few purple patches this season for me, but he's in a bit of a barren spell. So we need to get Tyrese Campbell scoring. I think he played well tonight, despite him getting a 6.2 on Flash Score. I think he played well. Couple of moments where he could have scored. One where he could have gone around the goalkeeper and decided to take a tumble instead. That was, probably deserved a booking for that one. Like I said, there was one where he went through one-on-one. Johansson makes a good save. Trying to think what I think he's a fantastic player. I really do. And just every time he gets the ball, I'm excited. And 6.2. I'm very surprised at that. 𝗤𝗄𝗎 up front as well, though. I thought 𝗤𝗄𝗎 was great today. His touch isn't the best at times, but he won practically everything in the air. Callum O'Hare had a really good game as well. He tended to kind of go out wide a little bit more, and once or twice ran in circles rather than just playing a quick pass. He sometimes thinks about it too much. But looking at all the green that's on screen right now, and when I say green, I mean other than 𝗍𝗍𝗲, who's a 6.9, and Campbell, who's a 6.2, everybody in our team got above a 7, or at least the starting 11. So that just shows that we were good today. Not one Stoke player had more than a 6.7. So that just shows that we were the better side. Let's have a look at the stats just for a second. RXG 2.08, there's 0.73. They ended up having more ball possession, but I reckon that's probably towards the end of the game where, we're in front, they're chasing the game. We dominated the ball in the first half, let them have a bit more of it in the second half, but especially when Brooks came on and Cannon and others, in that attacking third, they made things happen at the end of the game. We were doing really well on the break. We obviously scored the second goal from the break. But let's start going through this match bit by bit. I'll be honest with you, it's really late at night. I've only just got home. I drove all the way there, drove all the way back. So this is not going to be the longest stream I'm ever going to do. And I've not done as much, note writing as I usually do. But it was a fantastic day. Really, really enjoyed the away game. I've also done a vlog, so if you want to see that, a short form vlog, should I say, similar to what Dylan's been doing recently on social media. So you'll catch that on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, either tomorrow or the day after. It's a fun one. It's a really, really good one. But no, like I say, we started pretty well. I think they were looking to do us on the break, and they just didn't have that quality in the final third for me. We were, building from the back, doing what we usually do, but we had a bit more bite this time. I don't know whether that's because they just weren't that good and gave us a lot of space, and there were a lot of holes in the defence for us to take advantage of. But we played well. We played well enough, and we scored that goal in the 38th minute through Sam McCallum. Bit of a weird one. The ball comes in. It kind of just hits the Stoke player on the side of the head and just kind of loops up to the back post. And Sam McCallum just comes in and just powers the header as hard as he possibly can towards goal. He's quite an acute angle. And he just tries to get as much on it as possible to see if, put pressure on Victor Johansson and say, try and keep that one out. And he didn't. He kind of pushed it into the roof of the net. And it's a really good header from Sam McCallum. And it's nice to see him get on the score sheet again. I think he scored 1 away from home earlier on in the season. and obviously he's got another one now. So yeah, nice to see Sam McCallum get on the score sheet. Yeah, we went into the second half again. I think we did what we kind of do all season. We kind of just sit back and just let them come on to us. But I think there was a good 20-minute period in that second half where it was all them, and we didn't really offer much going forward. We certainly did early on in the second half, but yeah, we had to wait till right towards the end to cause them problems. I think in the 65th minute, when Burrows, Cannon, and Peckle came on, the game changed a little bit, yeah, we sat back a little bit more and then tried to catch them on the break. And it wasn't until the 87th minute. Brooks had just come on. Brooks come on in the 87th. Brooks scored in the 87th. I didn't realize that was so quick. But that goal was just a wonderfully worked goal. I believe, I can't remember who the man is, but he lays it into, it's, trying to think now. I'm struggling. Callum O'Hare flicks the ball over the top to Peck. Peck plays a wonderful ball across the box to Andre Brooks, and Andre Brooks finishes it with a plum. Great finish. Didn't do his signature backflip, but he was just kind of like, yeah, I am the man. And it's nice to see that, because I did catch some of the under-21s game the other day. And Andre Brooks just looks head and shoulders above that under-21s team now. When he goes back into it, it's just like, he is not an under-21 anymore. He is a fully fledged player. And it's now, I want to see more of him. I want to see a hell of a lot more from Andre Brooks, because I think he is one of, if not the most talented player in this Blades lineup. Obviously, you've got to chuck Gus in there, and you've got to chuck these players in there that, are doing it week in, week out. But Andre Brooks is so talented, such a talented footballer. It's a shame that he's not played more this season. I don't know why that is, because it seems like Wilder hasn't fancied him for a while. He must have a reason not to fancy him, but I think Andre Brooks is a fantastic player. And I was saying this, I think it was Rotherham in pre-season. I don't know whether it was this season or the season before, but I remember seeing him. I'm like, I've seen him a few times, and I'm thinking, this kid is the real deal. He is the real deal. And he just needs to put it all together. He's currently all out of the package. He's all the different factors of how good Andre Brooks is, all the great attributes that he's got are all outside the box at the moment. He needs to pick them all up one by one, put them all in the box and present it. And I think Andre Brooks could be a Premier League footballer for a long time, a top-end Premier League footballer, if he can put it all together. But he's still only young. He's still only very young. And I think the fact that we all know how good he can be and should be, I think we expect a little bit more from Brooks. But like I say, we need to remember that he's still only a young lad. I'm trying to remember what happened in this game. There's a couple of things from in the stand that I can't tell you what happened, because it's very wild. Singing Port Vale away, ole, ole, literally all night was brilliant. It's just such an earworm, and just couldn't stop singing it. Singing about George Baldock, singing about Anel. It felt a bit like party mode, even though we've not been promoted. It just felt like the nervousness in the crowd and the anxiety in the crowd just wasn't there. And that's obviously because we're in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. There's no chance of going up, as in the top two. And it just felt like everyone was just a little bit calmer. Obviously, it's the last away game of the season, which usually lots of fans dress up. But usually it's a warm day on a Saturday afternoon, not a semi-cold night on a Friday night. So there were a guy wearing a banana suit. There were a guy wearing a Cars sort of Hawaiian ensemble. What else were they? Someone wearing a Luigi costume, I think. So it was nice to see. But at the same time, it's Friday night. It's a bit cold. people just weren't into it. So yeah, it was a funny night. It didn't feel like a real game, if I'm being honest. Like, I think that just the fact that we knew that if we'd have lost, it didn't really matter. If we'd have drawn, it didn't really matter. If it went, didn't really matter. Not to the table anyway. Obviously, you want to win these games because it gives us that momentum going back into the playoffs. Because we certainly need that. And while they gave a lot of players chances tonight, and I think some of them have taken them. I think 𝗣𝗍𝗲 looks like you can't take him back out of the side. Brewster did okay. I think 𝗚𝗿𝗲 had a really, really good game, as I've mentioned earlier. 𝗤𝗏 𝗬𝗏 is just fantastic wherever you put him. 𝗤𝗏𝗏 gave the ball away a few times tonight. Not like him. Very, very out of character from him. I think Holding did well, other than the fact that he let the player get in behind him for a one-on-one that Cooper saved with his feet. Cooper had a fair few shots at him tonight from close range, and he saved them all. Did really well. I think there was one that came in from, I want to say, I don't know who it was, coming in from the right, curled really, really close to the top corner. It was squeaky bum time, but yeah, it was not to be. And I think he probably had it covered, Cooper, in all honesty. There was one where 𝗍𝗫 got in behind and just got bundled to the floor. It felt like an absolute stonewall penalty. If that would have been against Burnley and it would have been 1-1 or 2-1 to them or something like that, I would be screaming for that, and I would be making a big, big point that should have been a penalty. But we were 1-0 up in a game where we didn't necessarily need to win, so it didn't feel like that much of a big decision. But the referee, I thought, was really good in the first half. In the second half, he kind of got away from him. There are a few things right near us. I was on the corner of the stand, and their player, the ball, I think it was 𝗣𝗍𝗲 chased something down, and he practically blocked it for it to go out really near the corner flag, just obviously a bit further up. The player took the ball, as they normally do, to try and pinch an inch, took it really far, really far. And the referee literally said, go back, go back, go back, go back. And he pushed him right back to practically where the ball went out. And then the player started his run up from there and ran all the way to where the referee told him not to take it from. And the referee just let it go. Now, it's not my first rodeo. It's not my first football match that I've ever watched. But come on. Like, are you an idiot, referee? Like, he's properly taking you for a ride there, and you've just let him. You saw exactly where you told him not to take it from, and he took it from. He actually may have even taken it a little bit further than where the ref told him not to. But saying that, if he'd have taken it from there, it'd have pinched even more, and he'd have ran up the pitch. He'd have practically been at the halfway line. But it wasn't just that. There was another one where Cooper saved with his feet from that one-on-one, but the player got brought down. I don't think it was a foul, but the referee gave it. He was maybe 1 or 2 steps in front of where he actually got fouled. He put the ball down right in front of the referee and not played on, but he took the free kick quickly. And the referee's right in front of it. It was not there. It was, like I say, a couple of paces in front of there. And you're giving them a lot more of an advantage than you are us. They've taken it quickly, and they've not taken it from where the foul, happened. And then they went through one-on-one and nearly scored. If it weren't for Michael Cooper making a good save with his feet, that would have been 1-1. And again, it doesn't mean anything to us because we are going to be in the playoffs. We're going to finish third, whatever happens. It could have meant a lot for Stoke because Stoke are down there and struggling. Where are they now? To be fair, they are 17th, but there's still a chance of them going down. And they've lost 2 games in a row now. 1 6-0 against Leeds away and 1 2-0 against us at home. And I think they've got to go to Derby, who are below them. So there's still a chance of Stoke going down. And imagine if Stoke would have got a point in that game and that point would have kept them up from the referee just being like, 𝗣𝗿𝗲𝗍, you know, Sheffield United have got no to play for. Stoke will probably stay up. Don't really matter. Just play on. So, yeah, poor from the referee for me. But I certainly think he had a decent start to the game. He just, as the game went on, I think what it was, he was giving us what we expect because we should. He gave good. He gave the right decisions, but they went for us a lot. And I think the crowd was just getting a little bit annoyed with the referee after. And you know what happens? It builds up and builds up and builds up in the crowd. And even if something you feel like that's a fair decision, if it goes against you, you're having a go. You're having a go at the referee. And the referee just kind of let them crack on and let them get away with stuff. And that's not what a referee should really do, in all honesty. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else I want to really add. So let's quickly go into the comments, and then I'll leave you for the evening. And yeah, if you're watching this after the live, then you know you've got a shorter video, which is always good. Justin, very professional performance. That holding solid at the back. Moore looking so much better. Players rested and others getting minutes in their legs. Decent night's work. I agree, Justin. I think it was a solid performance from the lads. Made hard work of that win. Wilder still not worked out how to play against a pressing team. Improvement required in all areas. Sloppy and predictable at times. Could have given lesser players a chance tonight. Wow, that's a complete contrast for me, those first two comments. So it's nice to see different opinions. Good performance, but still needs tweaking. I think it was a good performance, but you know, we weren't playing some of our best players, were we? So Burrows not playing, Gassama not playing, Brereton Diaz would be part of the squad, whether he starts or not, or he comes off the bench. Brereton Diaz should be in and around that team. And, you know, he wasn't tonight. Hopefully that's just him getting rested and nothing else. But 𝗍𝗲𝗍, another one that would have played normally or would have been one of the first subs if he wasn't to start. So, yeah, lots of players got a rest tonight. And we still managed to come away with the 3 points and 2 goals. So it was nice to see. Sorry, I'm not waiting until midnight for the live. I'm up at 5 a.m. I don't blame you. I don't want to be here either. The reason why I've done this live at this time is, one, I've done lives on the same day as the game for 7 years, probably. Never missed one, never missed a league game. The other thing was I was tempted to ring up Ollie and say, shall we do this match reaction together? Because it's very late. And I know Ollie went to the game tonight as well. I did see him. I gave him a little wave. I think he was on like the second or third row, and I was really high up, and I just gave him a little wave. But I was going to give Ollie a ring and just say, do you want to do this tomorrow together? But I'm taking my son to Little Kickers at Handsworth. So, yeah, can't do that. The team doesn't do good performances. What it does is good results. Virtually any other season, we'd be going up automatically. Stay positive. It's yet another good away win. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. It was a good win, says Sam. Arsan, thank you very much for being involved in the stream. I have hope. I'm glad you have hope. So do I. I'm watching live. Yes, Sandra. I love that, Sandra. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here with me. Hopefully you are still here. Let us know if you are. It's 5 o'clock in the morning in my country, but I love your content. Thank you so much. I love that. Go to sleep, Nick. Your health is more important than doing this video at this ridiculous hour. Oh, that's such a nice thing to say. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Burnley fans should be investigated for that horrible act against our players. Maybe. The team deserves a better striker. Fair enough. Luke says, build the momentum. Now Brooks deserves more game time, though. In my opinion, always performs when he gets minutes, even if his minutes are low. Yeah. I know I said he came on the 87th minute, and obviously it was 86 something. And I turned to my dad and said, I bet Brooks is happy coming on for 4 minutes. Also, there should have been about 10 minutes of injury time. Ridiculous. I think it was Ben Pearson was down for quite a while in the first half. And then there was somebody down for a while in the second half as well. I can't remember. Was it Brewster? Brewster was down for a bit. There might have been someone else as well. But yeah, it was silly. I think were it 5 minutes? It should have been about 10. Hey up, how's it going, pal? I'm on minibus coming home. Good win, but got to. Oh, here we go, Jamie. Hey up, how's it going, pal? I'm on a minibus coming back. Great win, but got to play better in the playoffs. I agree. And I think we will, in all honesty. I think we will. Like, the teams that we're going to be coming up against, Coventry, Middlesbrough, these sorts of teams, I'm not saying Middlesbrough are going to get there. I know they're outside the playoffs at the moment. But these are the games that we turned up for at Bramall Lane. So I'm hoping that you know, it makes me think that we are going to turn up for these games in the playoffs, because when we've had to turn up, we've turned up. Well, for the big games anyway, shall we say. Maybe not for the teams near the bottom. Morning, Nick. Oh, wish you'd not said morning. I feel so late. Morning, Nick. An industrial performance. We're still not complete and we show weaknesses. Wilder needs to be really sure and set on his first 11 for the playoffs and stick to it. Do you know what? As much as I agree with sticking with an 11, I think we've got such a big squad of quality players that they all should be pushing for a start. And I think even some of the players that I didn't expect to start, like 𝗣𝗲𝗲 a few games ago, there's no way that I would have said he needs to start in the playoffs. But I'm now thinking he needs to start in the playoffs. He also needs a plan B in case we lose Gus. We don't want another 2012 when we lost Shed. Nah, well, to be honest, I think we can play without Gus. We played really well against Leeds without Gus, and actually, I think we got a little bit weaker when Gus came on the pitch. I'm not sure why that was, but I think we played really, really well against Leeds, especially in that first half. And Gus wasn't playing in that one, so yeah. Let's see. So good to see Callum O'Hare starting again and sounded like he had a decent game too. Holding and Robbo seemed to work together too. So much better than Anel and Robbo. Will be interesting to see what Chris Wilder does now. I agree. Do you know what? I think Holding has to start. Whether he starts with Anel or Robinson, I think he makes both of them better. Thank you for that, 𝗍𝗫. Appreciate it. We need to be looking at Brooks over Brewster, Callum O'Hare in the starting 11, and Robbo on the bench. I agree with all those. Holding, O'Hare, and Brewster start for me. Great play from Peck and Callum O'Hare for the second, and please for Brooks. Nice finish it was. I think that Victor Johansson got a hand to it, but yeah, he's not saving that one. Sousa was poor tonight, under-hit passes and no control in centre of the park. Looked better when Hamza Chowdhury went to right back and Peck came on. But Chowdhury had a really good game, didn't he? Yes, but it was a dead rubber game. Yeah, I agree, Sandra. Does Robbo think he's Mike Tyson, always looking for a fight when there's no need? Brewster got tackled twice badly, should have been 2 reds, back of the calf, and was stood on. Do you know what? I've just watched, sorry, just sniffing a little bit because I felt like I was going to sneeze, and I'm still feeling like I'm going to sneeze. This is live for you. This is what happens when you are live. I think I've got away with it. It's gone. It's gone. There we go. That's just what you wanted to watch at 12:30 at night. Yeah, Bruce. The tackles on Brewster were horrific, weren't they? Both of them. I didn't know what had happened when I was in the ground, obviously, because you're so far away from the action, and when they slow it down and show you from different angles, it looks even worse. Now, when they slow it down, it's gonna look worse, but they weren't good tackles at all. Stoke were up for it, not safe yet, and coming off a 6-0 thrashing, and put them to the sword, didn't we? Technically, you are already into tomorrow. Agreed. Yes, watching in bed. Thank you, Sandra. I really appreciate that. Hit the like button, people. Also, thank you for that FA06. is this Pompey? Are you Pompey, if you don't mind me asking? Because Pompey, I always forget which your username is. You need to change it to Pompey if you are, because I always forget. And I'm always nervous to ask. Yes, it is. Thank you. I thought it was. Brewster had 2 bad challenges against him. Ref was poor. He was in the end. And yeah, that is Pompey letting me know that that's him. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for being here. I think I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I've done a bit of a vlog from the game. So if you're into stuff like that, that'll be posted tomorrow, I believe. Dylan's done some fantastic work with all these this short form content, and I wanted to give him a little bit more content. So hopefully you enjoy that content. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Up the blades, absolutely. Make sure you also like wherever you're on, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter or on YouTube. Make sure you like the stream before you leave. And also give us a rating if you are listening on any podcast platform. Thanks a lot, guys. Good morning, and I'll see you next time. Up the blades.
He leads us all the way, playing proper football, the Sheff United way. Ole, ole, ole.